Welcome back to another week of the Hard Hit Sports Selection Show, and it is officially time for high school football playoffs in central Pennsylvania. But before we jump into our picks, I want to bounce back to something that I threw in last week with that shout out to the Susquehanna Township Youth Midget Football Association. If you can find it in your wallet and in your heart to make a charitable donation to help these kids make it to northern New Jersey and Canton, Ohio if they win out in Jersey to make it to the finals, I will be putting the link in the description below. Please, every cent counts whenever these kids are trying to get up there. So if you can find it somewhere in you to make a donation, thank you for helping out. And then also, a lot of people have been commenting and questioning a couple of the things that I've been doing lately. I was doing some different edits and stuff, and I threw in a cheerleading one to shout out the cheerleaders that help out and pump up the football team on Friday nights. And everybody gets concerned and says about sports and stuff, but you know, I must say, these cheerleaders definitely do work hard out there. I mean, I saw a Bishop McDevitt team put up 60 points last week, and the cheerleaders were doing push-ups the entire time, staying pumped up, keeping the fans involved. So whenever I throw cheerleaders in there, I think that they deserve more credit than they get. They're obviously out there on the sidelines every week along with the football team. They're staying up on the team no matter what, whenever they're down, whenever they're up. They're trying to keep the fans involved. So you know what? As far as I'm concerned, they deserve some love too. So shout out to the cheerleaders out there. Don't get on me whenever I post different edits and stuff, including them, because they deserve it just as much as the football players that I do edits for. If you're looking for that, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, hop on the Instagram, check out the Twitter page, maybe follow the Facebook. I'm always posting stuff all over, so whenever I'm not making videos, I am staying involved with those, so check out the different social media. But now let's jump into the selections for this week. Obviously, I'm not going to go through every single game, but I'm going to go through each of the different tiers and pick a couple games, some of the top ones. And without further ado, let's hop into it. We'll start off with Single A. Two of the bigger games this week for the Single A division are up first, Steelton Highspire playing Fairfield, number 1 and number 2. This game's going to take place at Boiling Springs High School. Steelton Highspire coming off a loss to Middletown last week, a very tough Middletown team. But don't sleep on the Rollers. They are a solid team, and I think that they're going to pick up another win. They are number 1, so most people are going to say this was the easy pick, but it's number 1 and number 2. It's never easy. Any given game, someone can fall, but I think the Rollers are a solid team, and I think they're going to roll this week, and I think they move on to the next round, picking up a win over Fairfield. So then next up for the Single A division, we have Williams Valley taking on Tri-Valley, another 1 and 2. It's going to take place at Stump Stadium in Pine Grove. This is a tough Williams Valley team. They're coached by a guy that I actually know. He's one of their coaches on the staff, and they're definitely a solid team for the Single A division. Williams Valley plays tough football week in and week out, so I'm going to go with Williams Valley. I think they're a tough team to beat, and they've been playing solid all year. And that'll do it for the picks for the Single A division. Now we move on to Double A. And we're going to go with, let's just jump into this one. We'll go with York Catholic and Newport. I think that York Catholic is going to play good. Newport's going to come out and play. This is another game at Boiling Springs High School, so I'm going to go with Newport. I know York Catholic is solid, but I'm going to pick an upset here. I am going to go with Newport to knock them off, and some people are going to say I'm crazy, so comment down below. If you think I'm off on this one, please let me know. I love hearing it down there. But now we're going to jump on to AAA, and the first game, and probably the only game I'm going to go through with this one, is Middletown and Bermudian Springs at War Memorial Field on November 10th. I'm not going to pick against Middletown in this one. They finished out the season 10-0, and now we get to see if they have what it takes to finish it out. They are led by 2 solid running backs, Brady Fox and Jose Lopez, and let's see if anybody can stop them. I don't think so, especially not this week. Unfortunately, Bermudian Springs is in the way, and I think Middletown's going to show them who's boss. And now on to 4A. We'll start off with Bishop McDevitt and Shippensburg, where I will be on Friday night at Rocco Ortenzio Stadium. McDevitt comes in at number 2 for the Quad A division, and Shippensburg comes in at number 7. So I think Bishop McDevitt has a lot to make up for. This is a rematch from last year, and I think the Crusaders are firing on all cylinders. They are a tough team right now. They have a running back that has no fear right now. Qualik Davis rushed for 201 yards last week and was a force to be reckoned with. They have a quarterback that is coming into himself, and is in full stride. Chase Deal is probably second to none in that area right now. So he's been playing tough football all season, and I'm going with the Crusaders to knock off Shippensburg and make up for last season, and I think that they are going to do it in typical Crusader fashion. And then we have number 4 Susquehannock taking on number 5 East Pennsboro with crazy running back Onassis Neely. This is a 4-5 matchup, and I think East Penn is going to be the 5 seed that's going to knock off the 1-up. So I think Onassis Neely and his team have been playing solid, and he is on another level. So I'm going to go with East Penn on this one. So I personally think that they are a force to be reckoned with right now, and I don't think that anybody expects them to be as good as they really are. They had a couple big losses this year. They lost to Steel High, but I don't think that defines them, and I think that they're going to show everybody who they really are. This game is going to take place at Susquehannock High School, so stay tuned on that one, and we'll see how that one fares out. I think East Penn picks up the win, though. And now we'll move on to 5A. And the first game on top of the schedule here is Harrisburg and Exeter Township. And unfortunately, Exeter Township, I'm sorry for your luck, but Harrisburg is 10-0. They knocked off a very, very, very solid Cumberland Valley team last week and did it in the same fashion they've been doing the teams all year long. Micah Parsons, Yamir Wilkerson and company, they are on something different. I don't think anybody can beat them right now. They have state championship in their eyes, and I don't know if they're going to let anybody get in the way of that. They are 10-0 coming into playoffs. They just won the Commonwealth Division, and now they have the district title and the state title in their mind, and I don't think anybody's going to get that out of their way. So I'm picking Harrisburg. I don't know anybody that wouldn't pick Harrisburg right now, but we'll see. So Exeter Township, I'm sorry for your luck, but you better watch out because Micah Parsons and Yamir Wilkerson and the rest of that team are coming right to you at Harrisburg High School, November 11th, 1 p.m. You won't want to miss that one. It's going to be a big game. So keep your eyes on the field for that. And then we have Governor Mifflin and York. York turning things around big time, 9-1 on the year. I'm going to go with York in this one. Governor Mifflin's number 4, York's number 5, so this is another one that's going to be a 1-up match. But I'm going with York. They have shown no mercy to anybody this year, so I'm going to go with them. And we'll see how things fare. And then we'll move on to 6A. First up, we have a rematch from earlier this year, Cumberland Valley taking on CD East. This game just happened a few weeks ago, and it wasn't pretty. I'm going to go with Cumberland Valley on this one. They lost to Harrisburg last week, but that won't define them because Harrisburg is on another level. But Cumberland Valley is number 1, East is number 8, just barely making it after taking a big loss to Bishop McDevitt last week. But I'm going with Cumberland Valley. I'm sorry, East, but I think this is where your road ends. Cumberland Valley has your number, and if it's any consolation of what happened a couple weeks ago, whenever you played them, I don't think it's going to be the best matchup for you guys. And then the number 2 and number 7 matchup, we have Manheim Township taking on Central Dauphin. CD coming in, having a rough end of the year, finishing up in the 7th spot, and I don't know quite if they have what it takes to take down Manheim Township. CD has always been a tough team, and they're a tough team to root against. They play exciting games. They have talented athletes, but they've just struggled. So I'm going to go with Manheim Township. Unfortunately, I don't know if the Rams quite have what it takes, and I'm not really willing to put it out on a line there. They have been decently inconsistent since I've seen them over the course of the season. They'll play a tough game, and then they'll change something up, and it won't be as good. So we'll see. And that's going to wrap up the picks for this week. I know I skipped quite a few games, but I pulled out some of the bigger ones instead of extending this video longer and longer trying to throw things out there. But those are my selections. Once again, if you don't already, follow me on different social media, subscribe to the channel. I do these videos once a week. I do the selection show, and I do highlight videos from games each week as well, and then throw in a couple extra ones whenever I have the chance. But follow along with that. Join the Hard Hit Sports family. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Follow us everywhere. If we're not posting videos, we're posting photo edits. We're doing different things, so follow along with all that. And that's all I have for today, so we'll see you next week in round 2 of the playoffs, and thanks for watching.